Hello everyone. You can stare at Dixie for a little bit until she decides to move. Then we'll do something else. But I wanted to quickly come on and kind of share some things about my last video. Part of the reason I even entertained that whole thing was because my son, who is now 13, has a computer. He got a computer for his birthday last year, and he was on YouTube and he saw those videos and brought them to my attention. My son knows that I do videos, and so he'll occasionally, he'll watch my videos and I partially, there's a piece of it that I do those YouTube videos in the event that anything were to happen to me. If I were to die or whatever, my kids will be able to see my face, they'll be able to hear my voice, they'll be able to hear me talking about Jesus, they'll hear everything that I have mentioned for the past 4 years, 5 years, or whatever. And so it bothered me that it bothered my son. And, this affects my children as well. Because they don't understand why mom is getting bullied and attacked. And so partially that's why I went down the road of showing comments, and they are my videos that are being used. Now, I have asked previously in the past for this person not to use my videos and not use my pictures without my consent. They continually do so. And I say it again, to anybody, I don't mind you using my photos or my videos as long as you ask me first. I don't mind. If you're going to use it for good, I don't mind. However, this particular person, I have repeatedly asked and begged to please not use my personal information, whether it be on my Poshmark account or anything that's private. I don't give my consent for that. And they continue to do it. So the disrespect of my wishes by this person and many others, I don't want to say many others, but others that continually do it, even though I've asked them not to, it shows their character, and it shows the character of the person, and their lack of compassion for others, their lack of just morals, and that's why I had to put a disclaimer on my video that I don't give my consent for anybody to use my videos or my pictures without my consent. But it really affects my family. My son, my 13-year-old, he's, I'm trying to teach my son how to have a heart for Jesus and how to be loving and kind and be a man of God and to lead his life according to the Lord and to, read the Word of God and trust the Lord with his life. And, I'm trying to show him how to treat others and how to be kind to others, and even when people are mean to you, to be kind to them. And I'm sorry if you hear a beep, my dog I have a remote that if he's kind of whining or whatever, I have to kind of like beep it a little bit. So that's what you hear if you hear a beep. But so when I teach my son, all my kids, but particularly my 13-year-old, about the ways of life and living according to the Lord, and the Bible and stuff, and he sees people attacking his mom, you know, it really bothers him. Like, it just really, really bothers him to the point where it really upsets him. And, you know, I don't mean to say this in like, you know, woe is me, oh my son, you know, poor, you know, cry me a river. I don't mean to do it that way. I'm just saying that, you know, your actions have consequences, and it affects more people than just the person you're trying to target, okay? It affects others, and affects people around them, and it affects their kids, and it affects, you know, it affects their life. Oh, she moved. It affects their life. It affects every aspect. So, you know, your goal at trying to attack somebody for whatever it is that you think that you're trying to accomplish, it's counterintuitive because somebody's getting hurt. There's many people that are getting hurt in that, and it happens to, in my case, it happens to be my children that are seeing this now that they're getting older. And, you know, like I said, I put these videos out for the Lord and for my family, for you guys, but I also want to do it, like I said, in case something happens to me, that my kids have my videos to hear my voice, to hear me, to hear my emotion, to hear what I'm talking about, to hear, you know, years worth of me. So, you know, I kind of want to, oh my goodness, he's going to start. Hang on. Okay, sorry. He throws a temper tantrum and he gets all noisy and he throws himself on the ground and stuff. Anyway, Copper does, my dog. It's so funny. But, you know, another thing that I wanted to share, you know, unfortunately, you know, you're quiet, you just let this roll off your back, you just continue, and, you know, I wasn't on YouTube for months because of this person, and I'm thinking, you know, okay, well, they won, you know, I don't want to deal with this anymore, I don't want to put up with this anymore. And it's funny that even though I was gone for that length of time, they still attack, and they still use my videos, and they still do this, and they still have the audacity that they have, you know. And it's you know, when you don't understand something, like they're beating a dead horse about my Poshmark account, that they don't understand about how that works and what I do on there. So they assume things, and they lie, and they make up stories to make it seem like I'm doing something that I'm not doing. And I have never done anything to warrant being bullied or attacked or anything, you know. I haven't done anything wrong. And I'm going to explain myself, because even though I shouldn't have to, but I'm going to. But, you know, my Poshmark account that I have, at the time, I did not have my dog Coconut. I hadn't used it for years. I did have a thing on there that said no dogs, no pets in the home. I did. But like I said, I hadn't used it in years, so I hadn't changed anything. I hadn't taken anything off of there. And that's what they noticed, and they took that and ran with it, because now I have Coconut, and they're accusing me of lying, but I wasn't lying. I haven't said anything. I haven't done anything. Not that that's, you know, it's not their concern or business anyway, but like I said, it's just beating a dead horse. You know, they don't understand the situation that comes with my Poshmark business, whatever, a lot of the items that I have on there, they are not used. They are actually items that were purchased that still had tags on them that I don't want to. I can sell or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with somebody selling stuff for money. Like you know, they accuse me of not donating or whatever, and they have no idea if I donate or not. I donate a lot of things to a lot of places, and I do a lot of that type of stuff. But I also have this where I make things, I sew things, I hand make things, I do wood projects, I do things that cost money to do, and I sell that stuff. And so I'm not going to just donate that stuff because it costs money to make that stuff. So, you know, when you don't have all of the facts and you don't understand what somebody is going through and what they're dealing with in their life, it's a good idea to take a step back and maybe not make harsh judgments on somebody when you don't know all of the facts. You know, one of the videos that was posted that I kind of showed a little bit, I was in a red jacket. It was about me. It was a video that was called I was self-loathing, which I do, and the person doesn't understand where I've come from, what I've dealt with in my life as growing up as a teenager, young kid. You know, people think that everybody has grown up in like this perfect family and nothing ever happened, and that's not always the case. I grew up feeling very ugly, and like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't pretty enough, and that was because it was coming from somebody that's supposed to love me. And so, you know, it started very early. I was taught that behavior. I wasn't allowed to have emotions. If I cried about something, then it was like I wasn't allowed to do that. And so I had to hold it in. And so now as an adult, being 44, I still receive those messages of not being good enough, not being pretty enough, not being thin enough, not being, you know, smart enough. And it's very hurtful. And so I still struggle with that. And because I am still told these things. And so, yes, I do self-loathe at times. Not all the time, but at times I do. Because that's what I struggle with. That is something that I have dealt with from a very young age. That is what has been poured over me from a very young age until, you know, my age now. So, you know, to take that video and try to spin it that I'm so focused on my looks and on money and on I have never once come to you guys asking for money for anything. I have one time asked for you to share maybe like a gift card or something for a girl who needed food. That is the one and only time I have ever asked you guys for anything remotely concerning money. I have never asked for donations. I've never asked for GoFundMes. I've never asked for help on doing anything. So, you know, because I might sell items on a cheesy little website, you know, there is nothing wrong with trying to make something of yourself or have something of your own. Being a stay-at-home mom and homeschooler to 3 children, I deserve and I desire to have something of my own that I can do for myself, and the money that I receive from that is used on my children. On whatever they need, you know, clothes, whatever. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying to better myself and make myself feel like, you know, I'm not just a mom, or I'm not just a homeschooler, I'm not just a wife. I have something that is for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't come on here and tell you guys, hey, come shop on my Poshmark account. I've never done that either. I've never come on here and tried to sell items that I've made, or get you guys to go over there and buy my stuff. I've never done that. So, nor would I ever. If I show anything, it's to give you guys an idea, because I was kind of thinking about doing that, like showing you guys some crafts that I've made, but it's not for you to purchase, or like, hey, you know, come buy my stuff. That's just not me. But, you know, I just, I think, you know, trying to assume somebody's life, trying to assume that somebody is one way or their life is one way, is pretty irresponsible to do, especially when you don't know the life that they've lived and the things that they've battled, and the way that they were treated growing up. Maybe their parents were not around, or, which was not my case, but, you know, maybe things happened in their life, or maybe they weren't treated kindly, you know, or they were like me. I was always not treated like I was smart enough, or I was pretty enough, or I was thin enough, or, you know, good enough. I was always made to feel like I was not good enough. So, you know, it's the bullying and the attacks against me are one thing, but when my children have to see it, that's a whole different level. And, you know, I know that this person's gonna watch this video, and I'm just asking that one more time, you know, that you please not show my videos and my pictures without my consent. And please be cautious and aware that I have children that watch, and they see what's going on, and they see the attacks against their mom. And, you know, I had to stop my son from commenting to this person because he was so upset that this person was attacking his mom. I had to stop him from doing that, which is a natural reaction for anybody that, you know, for my son, it's a natural reaction for anybody. But, anyways, guys, I have a few things I wanted to share. I just want to do it like different videos. I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things. I'm gonna try to get back on here doing, you know, back with the program. I don't want my kids to see me, you know, just stop doing what I'm called to do because of somebody. You know, I want them to see me being a strong, godly woman that's gonna fight through whatever, you know, they need to see me being, fighting through, even in the event of attacks. So, but I'm gonna let you go. My dogs need to go outside. I'm sure you've heard them whining this whole time. There's Dixie, right there. Aw. But, anyways, guys, I love you. I'll be back soon. And I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.